Hey guys, as you'll hear, I just want to make a quick little video, just kind of talking about some shit because yeah, streams and videos and Clone Hero stuff have been really slow coming, and in fact, not really coming in a lot of cases, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about why that is. I've been very forthcoming about issues in the past, but there's just been so much shit this past like year, just 2 years ish, that I've not really been able to keep up with it all myself, and that in and of itself is one of the problems. So for those of you who may not know, the past 2 years, since around the beginning of 2018, I've been in a very unstable home situation. I've been moving around quite a bit since 2018. I think I've changed addresses like three-ish times since New Year's of 2018. There's been some issues with my family that I'm not really at liberty to talk about, and we fell into really deep financial trouble. And we ended up getting evicted from my house that I was living in up near Niagara Falls. Sorry about this, psoriasis. Back in 2018, so we moved back down here to the city I'm currently living in. And I was homeless for a few months, but I was surfing from Airbnb to Airbnb. There's never been a point during the past couple of years where I've been like on the street or in like a dangerous position, so don't like worry about me or anything. So yeah, we moved into a place around here in May 2018, and that's when I started working on Mania Hero. I got this laptop that I currently do all my work and all my streaming from around that point in time, because I get an annuity settlement, annuity check every couple of years because of a personal injury settlement from when I was a kid. Actually, I can kind of show you. It's pretty gnarly. I've like talked to friends about this, but like I don't really show it on stream very much. But yeah, you can see that real nasty scar there. So that is what got us out of that position, of not having a stable address. And from that point on, it looked like everything was gonna be okay. And I started working really hardcore on Mania Hero, and trying to like become somebody as a rhythm game person, because I really like working on Mania Hero. I enjoyed it a lot, It's something that I would say the team has fun doing. They're working on something right now. Actually, like I haven't been doing much because I've been focusing on my personal life. But they still have stuff in the oven. There's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming up from those guys pretty soon. Love them a lot. Bless them. Keeping this thing alive in my absence, basically. From then, there was an issue with my stepdad, and I'm not. Again, there's a lot I can't go into because it's not really my place to say. But he started to prevent my mum from being able to do her job. So we ended up losing that place as well. And from there, we had to move into a really small apartment. And that is when work on Mania Hero 2 had begun. While I was still in that the place, I was actually big enough to hold my entire family. That's when I started working on Mania Hero Track Pack 2. And it released after we got evicted from that apartment as well, for the same reason. Again, there's a lot I can't say. But it was a really shitty situation for all of us, and we're all really like stressed out and like still trying to deal with the fallout of all of that nonsense. And it's not been great. It's not been fun. I tell you what. But from then, I spent a few more months homeless. But instead of going to Airbnbs, I went to a youth shelter. And the people at the youth shelter, they were really nice. They were great to me, and they kind of helped me to become more of an independent person. And that kind of goes into my other point. I've pretty much spent a lot of time since I want to say August when I moved in here. Trying to recover from all the bullshit that's been happening over the past couple of years. I'm pretty sure that most of this I have to talk to a therapist about. I haven't had a therapist since I was 17. And B, just trying to get my life in order, because right now I don't work. I am currently living off of welfare. So I'm going to be working with a doctor in town. I spoke to somebody on the phone today. They gave me phone numbers for a couple doctors, so I'm going to be looking into that. Continuing to work with my psychiatrist and all of that to try and figure out what needs to happen in order for me to become the most functional version of myself that I can be. I'm also looking at finally getting an up-to-date formal diagnosis of whatever the hell is going on up here, because I've given it a lot of names, right? And but it's not, again, psoriasis, don't worry about it. It's not like burn or anything. What are they saying? Right, this is really unscripted, can you tell? Yeah, I've given it a lot of names, both the names that have been given to it from doctors when I was a kid, and names that have just been resultant of me kind of looking into things on my own time. And I'm not a doctor, right? I can't formally diagnose myself, but I can. That kind of label for me is like a mental illness, a neurodivergence, whatever you're going to call it. It pretty much only matters to me as a starting point. It says, okay, here's where we are. Where can we go from here? And that whole idea of where can we go from here has been in and of itself really therapeutic, because when I first moved into that youth shelter, I was just like, man, this is it. I've spent all my time on the wrong things, and this is God punishing me for my hubris. But over the months that I spent there, I learned to take a much more forward-thinking stance towards things, and I think it's really helped shape me for the better. So yeah, there's been a lot of shit. I haven't really been in the proper mindset to be streaming regularly. I've been streaming like whenever I feel like it, basically. Whenever I have something that I want to do and I want to show you guys, because I've been doing a lot of really exciting stuff recently. I've been blessed by my friends and by my partners helping me get all the equipment back up to get ready to get back to streaming and back to making content. I got a new chair. Look at this. Girlfriend bought this for me. Hell yeah. I got a new webcam. I got them myself, but so fucking well. So I got the racing wheel. Right. This is another Christmas present. Like, part of me feels like I don't deserve all of this, and maybe I don't. But I've had a couple people like say to me, it's like, you've been it's like it's kind of the result of the work that I had done the past few years, and it's like wow, I really wish I could still be that, but it's just a matter of right now I need to focus on being the best me that I can, just as a person. And from there, I can work on being the best me for you. If that makes any sense. I'm pretty sure that made sense. It's almost 5 a.m. right now. I'm getting really disjointed amounts of sleep. So you're gonna have to bear with me for a few things. My room's a mess. My room's always a mess. That's not really news. But But yeah, as for when I'm gonna make the big comeback again, because the first time I made the big comeback, I wasn't expecting to be kicked out of that apartment as well. I can't really say, unfortunately. But I don't want to quit. I don't ever want to stop. Hell no. Fuck that. you know? It's like people have been really like accommodating in terms of me needing things and in terms of me wanting things because I have this dumb habit of like trying to fill my void or whatever you want to call it with possessions. And I've been realizing that in myself recently, and that's another thing I need to talk to a therapist about, right? Um, so yeah, I need y'all to know, basically, that I'm not dead. I'm still here. I'm gonna be streaming when I can. Um, but I think before I can be, the regular quasi full time streamer that y'all are used to, it's gonna take quite a bit of work on my part. And all I can ask of you guys is to just hang tight. You know, if y'all have been one of the people supporting me, bless you. You're the reason why I've gotten this far in, I guess, what you could call my recovery. Even though I don't, it's hard to feel sometimes like I've gotten very far, but that's not really true. I've come so far. Like I'm in my own place now. This is mine. I pay the rent here. I do. I don't have to like rely on my parents anymore. So my mom can actually focus on like getting her care taken care of, right? Um, so yeah, if you've helped me get to this point, thank you so much. Like as I'm sitting here talking to camera right now, it's hard to really express how much that means to me. If you just like put up with my shitty like, hey, anybody got $20 posts, even if you've done that, even if you just fucking not left me through those, thank you, right? If you're still with me, right? If you're still waiting, I promise. This is the one thing I'm gonna promise. I'm gonna make it worth your while eventually. And that is part of why all this mental health shit is happening, because I need to be a better me before I need to be a better me inside before I can be a better me outside. You know what I mean? It's like if you have like a really nice shiny house, but on the inside it's all built with like rotting pieces of jetsam from the river, then what's the point, right? As soon as you go inside, it's all gonna come crumbling down again. And that's been me. I've been the shiny house made of fucking jetsam for the past 2 years, and I've not really been talking about it like outside of like the occasional few Twitter posts. I haven't really like sat down and made like an update about this, and I'm sorry for that. Part of me wants to apologize for my absence and my broken promises and all of that. And all I can say is that I hope to do better at some point. I hope to be better enough that I can keep chasing the dream, one day. I think that's all I got. I've been rambling for quite some time now. Let's see if I can remember which button actually saves the replay, because I doing this on a replay buffer because I don't trust myself to get this right the first time. But hey, I actually did anyways. Okay. So thank you so much. Keep a lock to the YouTube channel. Uh, I guess follow me on Twitter, even though like I've been so distant from anything professional on my Twitter account recently. It's kind of a disaster. Um, you guys know where to find me. I'll be around. If y'all want to talk to me. I love you guys. Y'all are seriously the best. See you guys soon. Peace.